Well, hospitals are running out of beds and face masks are very scarce. Everyone crossing their fingers that a treatment is on the way. Drug trials in development, but everything right now pretty much experimental. Even a vaccine can take another year, year and a half to create. And while some are getting tested for the virus, more widespread testing is clearly ideal, as it would help isolate those who are contagious until treatment is available. But the best prevention for now, social distancing. For more details on COVID-19, let's bring in Dr. Dean Hart. He's a microbiologist and expert on the spreading of diseases. And Doctor, I want to get your initial take, because we just heard moments ago from L.A. Mayor Eric Garcetti, who says that he believes L.A. is the next New York. And you hear other experts say, well, the reason that L.A. is not being hit as hard as New York is because in New York, the people are, there's crowds on every corner. You've got public transportation that everybody takes. It's a different dynamic. People are more closely crowded together in New York. Your thoughts on that, sir?
Yeah, well, New York is much more densely populated. The more dense population, the closer we are to each other, the worse the outcome. We'll communicate the germs with the social distancing is the only treatment we can do right now. And New York hospitals, they're getting overwhelmed. This is no flu bug.
Yeah. I'm curious, when you say, we talk about opening the economy, the president thinks Easter, there's all kinds of debate about it. If we had millions of people testing, if there was more testing, would we have the information, in your estimation, doctor, to be able to make better assessments of when we can open the economy back up?
Well, data is very sparse right now. There's definitely a paucity of data. We don't really know all sorts of questions, like what percent of the population is truly contaminated or a carrier. We don't know how many people are so slightly sick that they don't even test themselves because they don't even realize they're sick. There's all sorts of grades of this disease, and it's very difficult to know what to do without the data. And yes, testing like crazy would give us a lot of data, and we can make an informed decision.
Yeah. What do you make of taking plasma from healthy people who have had the coronavirus and kind of giving it to the sick? Does that seem feasible to you?
Well, they've been doing that for 100 years. With the Spanish flu in 1918, they were doing that. So it's certainly a reasonable thing to try. Nothing unusual, nothing new about that. It's actually worked in some cases. One case with measles and a few other cases where there were groups that were supposed to get sick, but they took the plasma with the antibodies for the antigen, and then it worked to prevent some level of disease. There's also antibodies we can make from mice, monoclonal antibodies. There's a lot of ways to get the antibodies that'll attach to the antigen.
I know you've been following this whole debate, doctor, on the chloroquine, azithromycin debate. Where do you think that we should do, or what we should do with those drugs?
Oh, those drugs are very unique. Somehow they help people with lupus. There's a mechanism it helps with people with rheumatoid arthritis. It should be an experimental protocol. But when you do it, you'll get the right numbers and figure out if it is a good treatment, because it's logical that this anecdotal information pushes you to want to do the study. But we don't have really a full study to say it works. But I wouldn't eliminate any option at this point, because the vaccine's a couple of years away, perhaps.
Yeah. Dr. Dean Hart, good information, sir. Thank you so much.